Why is Alex Jones doing this? Come on. Why are you doing this, brother? You know better.
I feel robbed that I've had to spend so much time on this Candace Owens TPUSA thing. And it's pissed me off, actually.
Alex Jones, I consider him a friend. You know, we've done work together in the past, spent time together doing some collabs. Alex Jones, I consider a friend. We've done a lot of work together in the past, and I agree with Alex on a lot. And I think that he is I think that he has done a lot for our country. I will say that. But the stance he's taken on the Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk thing, I just can't say I agree with it. And I think it's very weird. I also think that his opinions about supporting war on Venezuela have been just disgusting. I don't know if he's changed his opinion, because sometimes he says one thing, the next day he says something a little bit different. But look, if you are supporting war on Venezuela right now, you're doing the CIA's dirty work. You're doing Narco Rubio's dirty work. You're doing the dirty work of Netanyahu, who wants Venezuela to have a pro-Israel president, join the Isaac Accord, so on and so forth. You're doing the work of the finance capital elites that want to secure their $1 trillion payday in Venezuela with all this oil. And if you are casting doubt on Candace Owens right now, well, I have a lot of questions for you. Okay, I will say in this video, Alex Jones, he is making fun of Erica Kirk's tissue tour. He says that this insane book that came out, which allegedly it looks like maybe the editor maybe changed the manuscript that Charlie Kirk had prepared, maybe allegedly in a very big way, before actually releasing the book, because the book has now become the Shabbat Shalom book tour, and it's all about observing Shabbat. And Alex Jones says, I worked with Charlie all the time. Like, he didn't observe Shabbat. He was always working on Saturdays and stuff like that. It's just not true. It's insane. And he calls out the theatrics of Erica Kirk. But why attack Candace when literally everyone is attacking her right now? Okay, I should say anyone who has substantial online following is attacking Candace. The masses of just people that are following news and they don't have a YouTube show, they don't have a media contract somewhere, the masses are supporting Candace. But the vast majority of people that have influence that has been bought off or paid for in some way are all attacking her. Why attack Candace? She is asking legitimate questions. And she's not just asking questions. Everyone says, like, you can't just use the asking questions defense all the time. Well, like, no, she is doing real investigation and using that investigation to inform the questions she's asking. She's not going to come out and say, like, you did this, you did that, and you did that, because that's how you get sued. But at this point, I think a lawsuit maybe would be the best possible scenario, because then hopefully there would be the ability to actually audit the internal conversations that were being had and the tax filings and whatnot. I think that actually may be the best scenario here, and we could get to the bottom of it. But Candace is a principal journalist, and she is doing what journalists do. And in return, no one is answering her questions. And when Erica Kirk does answer her questions, she says, I was never on the Egyptian plane. We didn't ask you if you're on the Egyptian plane. I can't tell you where Charlie Kirk was buried. They're going to desecrate the grave. No one asked you to tell us where he was buried. We asked you to tell us, has he been buried? Okay. I was present. I was pregnant when the flights were happening. I was enjoying my in and out. The flights took place over a 4-year period. There were 73 flights that overlapped with your travels, both in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. So stop playing these games. Stop lying to all of us. Either shut the fuck up or tell us the truth. Because you going out on Mossad operative Barry Weiss's show and trying to lie to all, everyone sees right through it. Everyone sees right through it. The tissue, it may clear up whatever sort of chemicals you put in your eyes to make you cry 30 minutes later, but they do not cover up, the tissues do not cover up the lies that you're putting forward. You're answering questions that no one asked. You're not answering the questions that are on everyone's minds. I can't tell you how many people that I know personally were really not that interested in politics. Maybe they follow this, that, and the other somewhat closely, but they're not that interested. And when it came to this story, everyone sees what's going on. No one believes the official narrative. No one believes it, Which leads me to this. Why is Alex Jones doing this? Come on. Why are you doing this, brother? You know better.
I feel robbed that I've had to spend so much time on this Candace Owens TPUSA thing. And it's pissed me off, actually. Because, I mean, I got serious stuff to deal with, just like you do. And I'm not saying it's bad to question. It's just when it's all anybody wants to talk about, I got fans come to me every day at the gas station, the grocery store, everywhere. And they're on either side of it. And I'm just like, it's a black hole. And I'm not mad at people who want to cover it. I'm just telling you that the stuff TPUSA is doing is exactly what I'd do if I wanted to destroy myself.
True. I said I don't got all criticism for Alex here. True. It is a black hole. But look, it's a black hole because Erica Kirk is lying. Andrew Colvett is not telling the truth, lying by obfuscation. It's a black hole because they're lying about what Candace is saying and what she didn't say. It's a black hole because the FBI is literally making up fake transcripts. It's a black hole because Erica Kirk claims she was pregnant for 4 years. Black hole equals cover up.
God, it's just like the White House. I mean, come on. I like Erica Kirk. People haven't seen her. She's a great lady. She's a theater kid. That's why she's in all this. A nice lady overall.
I know people keep saying this. Tucker said this sort of a thing. Alex now says this sort of a thing. Oh, I like Erica. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I have no relations whatsoever. No, I was never a friend, a confidant, had any contact with Charlie. Obviously, many people around Charlie, right, I've been in contact with, I know personally. Alex being one of them. But I have, there's no emotion in this for me. There's zero emotion in this for me. The only emotional drive I have is I hate being lied to. I hate being lied to, especially when it involves lying us into wars, silencing truth tellers, right? I hate this. It's why I have a show. I started my show talking about the illegal sanctions on Venezuela and the Zionist war on Syria years ago. Right? I've covered every single war that they've lied us into. The silencing of Julian Assange, you name it. I've covered all these stories. And nothing pisses me off more than that. And if Erica Kirk is now covering up what looks like a very targeted operation to silence Charlie Kirk about a very specific issue, which he was becoming increasingly vocal about, so much so that he went to the president of the United States, who he respected dearly, and told him, do not launch a war on Iran. And Trump lit into him over that fact. He got so angry at him. Yes, I'm pissed off about that. And if that's true, she is lying objectively. She is lying about the text messages. She is lying about the plane, the Egyptian plane. No one said you were on the plane. She's lying about, we never said that we wanted to know where Charlie was buried. We wanted to know if he was buried. You are lying about those things. And no, I don't like people who lie, especially about something like this, especially about their late husband.
The constantly, every time she's on shows, months later, with the touching the thing, crying, and all that, we just, come on. It comes off as like third grade acting, okay? I'm not saying you're not sad your husband's dead. It's terrible. I'm not. I'm just saying little things like that are big. And then you've got Candace Owens looking so excited and happy when she's talking about all this with that look on her face and like just destroying TPUSA when it's so important to winning.
This is where I start to get pissed off. Candace Owens looks so happy. Does she look happy, or does she look like she is getting closer and closer to the truth? I'll tell you who looked the happiest. The person who looked the happiest in this whole ordeal was Erica Kirk. In the first, 1 week after the shooting took place, that's who looked the happiest. And then people said, that's weird. And then she started to cry all the time. And now we're like 3 months and a few days, 3 months and some change out from the shooting. And she's still crying every day. But it was like the first week, 2 weeks, she didn't shed a single tear. That's who looks the happiest to me. And then he said, and she's destroying TPUSA. Alex, I know for a fact that you are not a party man. You haven't been a party man your entire life. What do I mean by that? You have not been a man that does the dirty work, does the bullshit propaganda work, spins the narratives of the Republican Party just to appease the people in power. You're not that guy. Okay, Alex made his mark in the media first by attacking the deep state, deepest of the deep state Bush administration that was lying us into the war in Iraq. That's how he made his start in this work. Okay, and the only people who were doing that in a big way at that time were populist left-wing Americans. And he was uniting with them at that point in time. He's not a party man. So why act like a party man now when TPUSA got the man elected who said no more wars, I'm going to release the 9/11 JFK Epstein files, but has given us countless more wars. He's now threatening war against Syria, Venezuela, launched acts of war against Iran, committed to war on Yemen for several months while I was there, by the way. Bombs dropping all around us, bombing civilians, right? He bombed Somalia. He's threatening war against Colombia. I mean, is this no Epstein files, no 9/11, no JFK? Oh my God, but TPUSA got Trump elected. No one gives a fuck. No one likes Trump. No one supports him. 88% of Gen Z doesn't support war on Venezuela, but he's still pushing it each and every day. Seizing oil tankers, making fun of Somalis last week. Now he's acting like a Somali pirate, stealing these Venezuelan oil tankers, which were headed for Cuba. People that are starving and without electricity because of the vicious U.S. sanction regime led by Narco Rubio, Zionist Narco Rubio and the CIA against Cuba. Because they dared to embark on a sovereign path. Cuba didn't want, their entire country to be a prostitution vacation destination, a brothel vacation destination for the American financial elite. They dared to say, we're going to have our own government and go in our own direction, and we're not going to be, we're not going to be the feudal state of the U.S. elite to come and fuck all our women for money. And for that, the U.S. never forgot, and they've placed these sanctions, starved these people, deprived them of electricity, deprived them of any ability to have prosperous lives. And that's what we're doing? That's what we're wasting our taxpayer dollars on right now? To stop that government? Why should anyone care about the midterms? Why should anyone care about TPUSA? Why should anyone care about making sure we get another Republican elected? Both these parties suck. Both these presidents suck. They all suck. They all do not represent the needs of the American people. None of them do. The only thing that is bipartisan in Washington, D.C. is the bipartisan effort to screw over the American people and lie in the process as they do it. But here's Alex Jones saying, we need to protect TPUSA.
And just the innuendo and all of it, and just the constant stuff. And I'm watching all that. And then how dare them raise money? I mean, it's like, what? Oh, Republicans, we shouldn't have big war chests. That's what it takes to win. It's not dirty to do that.
Well, it's not dirty to do, I guess, to take $140 million and then accuse other people of grifting off of Charlie Kirk's assassination because they're making hundreds or in some cases thousands of dollars per live stream talking about it, trying to get to the bottom of this. That's not dirty. It's not dirty to take money from people who were pressuring Charlie and doing this huge pressure campaign, inviting him under the auspices of different subject matter to this Bill Ackman meeting in New York State, wherever it was. And then he gets there and they pressure him. They do this intervention about needing him to be pro-Israel, TPUSA needing to be pro-Israel. Charlie Kirk was saying, I feel like they're going to kill me. And, I'm done with the pro-Israel cause. But now you're taking money from all these same donors and organizations. That's not dirty. I think that's a little dirty.
So I got to get all my ducks in a row because it's so much. Probably take 5 hours, collate it all. But you want it someday this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to get 2 hours. And I'm just going to burn it all down. Okay, you want to know what I think about all this? I'm going to tell you. But that's coming up because I just can't handle it anymore. So and it's driving me crazy. So you want it, you're going to get it. And I don't think people are going to like it.
Well, doesn't think people are going to like it. He's literally doing the meme right now, by the way. He's literally doing this meme. Candace is sabotaging the midterms. The GOP is going to lose their House majority. No Epstein lists, no deep state arrests, no the Doge cuts, no Doge cuts. They just erased Doge. Grocery prices are still high. But they managed to bomb Iran, give Israel more aid. Oh, Ukraine just got $400 million in new aid this week, by the way. They bombed Yemen. They bombed Somalia, bombed Iran, blanket support for the bombing of Lebanon, continued bombing of Lebanon and Gaza, doing the meme. Alex Jones, you're better than this. Please revise the strategy. You're right. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support, because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.